to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
I'm Mr. Magazine.
I wrote down something that I kind of want to get into today, Mr. Magazine.
Okay.
3 simple words.
Lake Titicaca.
That would be 2, I think.
All right.
I love you, man. That'd be 4.
Okay.
Consistency is key.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on that, Mr. Magazine?
Doesn't sound bad.
Well, thank you. And we'll see you next video. Hit the like button.
I don't think it's ever a bad thing to be consistent, is it? Unless you're consistently bad.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, we're onto something.
I know that a lot of people say that one of the secrets of unlocking the eBay algorithm is to list every day. I think if you consistently list, a lot of people swear by consistent listing as being what really helps on eBay. I will say that we always shoot these about a month in advance. So at this point, I have done a couple of Whatnot shows, and I know you're not the biggest Whatnot fan in the world, but I did a couple of Whatnot shows. Now, I had been doing them every Tuesday, and then I took 3 weeks off, maybe 4 weeks off over the holidays, sort stuff out, and it's just, the holidays, I got other things going on, and I've come back, and I've got to almost rebuild my followers, I guess you would say. The first one I came back on wasn't overly good. Ditto with the Facebook auctions. Because people are used to seeing you there the same time every single week, and then you're not there, and they forget that you're there, or they don't, and then you do come back, but they kind of missed it, as opposed to, oh yeah, I'm going to be there next Tuesday, I'm going to be there next Tuesday for that.
Yeah, that would really stink if they found other sellers that they can buy dollar items from.
It would kind of stink. It would kind of stink, yes. Well, but actually what you just brought up, I hadn't even thought of, but that's absolutely true as well. If my band, not that I have a band because I've got no musical ability, but if my band plays out every Saturday night at a certain pub and I get a whole bunch of people coming, and then for whatever reason I don't play out for a month, are those people...
They're not going to keep coming back. If they're coming there to see you, they're not coming back. If they're coming there for the food and drink and stuff, and you're having to be a bonus, it's a different story, but it could be a 50-50 mix.
Right, but are they, in that month that I'm not there, are they sitting home on Saturdays?
No, I would think they're finding another place to go to. Yeah.
And what happens if they find the other place and the bartender's cuter, or the drinks are cheaper, or the food's better, or the band's better, or it's a little
the
closer
lead singer's
to their...
not so loud.
It's always a problem. Or it's a little closer to their house, or any number of things. How do you keep them from...
The dartboard table, or the board isn't broken. The one where you're seeing it could be broken.
No, you're right. Yeah, the entertainment, the other things that are going on
Floor
there.
Slippery. This one's nice and mapped.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
Parking. I mean, even something as dumb as parking. Like, oh, geez, it's winter time, and I don't like parking down the road to go to see this, and now hit this other one. It's a lot more convenient for me. How do you avoid them from finding out about the other band in town?
I would call John Taffer, but that's just me. He would take care of any problem at that bar.
And there you go.
But
you keep playing. You keep playing every week,
right? As best you can,
and that keeps people from finding alternatives,
right?
And I think there's something definitely to be said about consistency. If you're consistently listing, if you're consistently doing the same thing over and over again, I think a lot of people are creatures of habit. And and I'll give you an example, and I'm just thinking of this now, and it's something other to think about. If every Monday you listed sports cards, and every Tuesday you listed toys, and every Wednesday you listed magazines, and every Thursday you listed, what would people start doing?
They would start buying more stuff on those days.
They
coming
would,
back every Monday, every Tuesday for whatever. Yeah, in the perfect world, that would be great. It's something to shoot for. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
I just have to get my employees on the same page. Where you're doing this, you're doing that, and it's a good idea.
Yeah, where you actually get people consistently stopping by every week. We went over one seller who sells things, and I think we've talked about him before. He has a very interesting business plan. He starts everything at a penny, and lists hundreds of items, same day every week, and they end 1 week later on the same day every week. But it's a very interesting business plan where, some things he sells for a penny and some things go for good money and people buy multiples on it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that he has a following. I'm sure that he has hundreds of people.
Because they probably get some really good deals. Maybe not everyone. If you get something really good, it's going to find its price. But some things you might buy for 50 cents, $1, $2.
Yeah, and they come by every Friday when he lists the stuff to see what new stuff he has.
Right.
And then they come by every Thursday night right before the item is set to end or whenever to put their final bids in on stuff. And it's just kind of a clockwork thing.
Right.
I definitely notice buying things on Heritage. They have an auction. They have an animation auction every Wednesday. They have a comic auction every Sunday, Monday. Every single week. Guess what I'm doing on those days? On the days,
yeah, sure, yeah.
The same day every week, I'm going through their auction and I'm saying, I know their new auction has started, and I figured the best time for me to be bidding on stuff just within my own schedule, and so on. So I think consistency can help you in so many different ways. People are creatures of habit. People get into patterns, and if you can get your customers knowing on a whatnot that your show is this time every day. I think that a big problem that a lot of people make on whatnot, and I see this all the time on the board, is they'll sit there and they'll be like, well, I ran my show at 6 o'clock on a Tuesday and I didn't get a lot of people, so the next week I ran it at noon on a Thursday.
Oh, you can't change it up.
And I didn't get a lot of people. And then the next week I ran it at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Friday and I didn't get a lot of people. And
that's not helping,
unless you are Post Malone. Post Malone could run it any time that he wants because they're going to advertise for him. People are going to show up. But if you're just somebody normal, not that he's not normal, just you go and you set the same time week after week after week and know that you're building into it. And I'll give you another example. My auctions on Whatnot, and I'll just use that as an example. Well, here, my Facebook auctions. My last 3 auctions, without me trying, have all been 36 items.
Oh, wow.
That's just feels like the right amount, and I kind of put things together, and then I count them up.
You.
Well, I count them up, and I go, there's 36 items here. How did that happen?
Yeah.
What's the advantage of that? It's going to generally take...
Well, they know what they expect.
It's going to generally take the same amount of time.
Yeah.
As opposed to, well, today you're going to come by at 4 o'clock, and we're going to be done at 5.
Right.
Next Monday, you're coming by at 4 o'clock. We're going to be done at 9 at night.
Yeah.
The following Monday, you're coming by at 4, and we're going to be done at 4:30. The following Monday, 4, and we're doing an all-nighter. No, you know that you're going to invest an hour to an hour and a half with me every Monday at my Facebook auctions. You're going to invest in just over an hour with me every Tuesday at the Whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be, doing one of those 12-hour marathons because who can block out that much time in their day to do that kind of thing?
Sure. Post Malone.
He hasn't made it by any of my auctions yet, though.
He can do whatever he wants, though. So.
That is true. Yeah. But he hasn't found his way to my auctions yet. But unless he's shopping under a
maybe
pseudonym.
Postcard Malone might come by and see you.
That's actually funny. Hey, you're funny once in a while. How'd that happen?
It's Postcard Malone. Jeez. I call him the mailman.
He delivers just like Paperboy.
Yeah.
No, but consistency is key. Try to remain consistent in what you do. I mean, there's a reason why ever since we started, we've posted videos Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Live show 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Wednesdays, every Wednesday. There's a reason for that. Reason we do the Instagram pretty much the same time in the morning, day after day after day. Because people know to look for it at that time. Yep. And over time, more and more people will know these things. That's just the way to be successful. And I'll give one last example. There have been any number of television shows that you've heard throughout the years that failed because the network kept moving them. They were on at 8:30 on a Tuesday, and then they got moved to 9:50 or 9:30 on a Thursday, and then they got moved to 8 o'clock on a Friday. And it was breaking into people's routines. People already had a show at 8 o'clock on Friday. Right. They didn't want to watch this other show at 8 o'clock on Friday. Yeah, we like it, but we like this other show more because we're more invested in it.
Sure.
So that's one great way to completely lose everything is to just keep moving around all the time. So be consistent in your listing. Be consistent in whatever you're doing. If you have the ability where you've got multiple lines, consider listing one line every Monday, one line every Tuesday, and kind of make it into a thing where you're like, it's. I was gonna say, but there's no. I was gonna say like Diecast Thursday, but I was thinking of something that works together. It's Marvel Monday. I list Marvel comics on Monday.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Terra-Peak Tuesday. We're gonna Terra-Peak everything we list on eBay.
There you go.
It might take you longer.
But Marvel Monday, and then you note it. Once you start doing it, then you note it down below. Hey, come by every Monday for Marvel Monday. We're gonna list nothing but Marvel comics that day.
Yeah.
And I think that'll end up helping you too, because I think you'll see repeat customers even more because they know what you're doing. Sure. So hopefully that helps you some. If you could consistently hit the like button, we would really appreciate it. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.